Baseball card market report for April 7th through the 13th, 2022, plus new beginnings in the investment corner. Getting centered. New beginnings in the investment corner. We're about a week into the new baseball season now, and since it's one that we weren't even sure was going to happen, it's hard to let go of that spring feeling and the idea that this is sort of a gift, even though it took plenty of hard feelings and angst to get here. To celebrate all the goodwill of possibility and opportunity that a new season brings, I thought we'd use this romp through the investment corner to sink our hard earned but fake cash into cards that represent some big change in hobby history. As always, we'll fake spend about $1,000, buying only cards that have actually sold recently on eBay and paying the selling price, but not the shipping and handling. With those parameters in mind, here are the additions to our portfolio for April of 2022. 1989 Upper Deck Gary Sheffield, number 13, PSA 10, $45. Of course, 1989 Upper Deck changed the hobby forever, with all of that whiz-bang of amazing photography, tamper-proof packaging, holograms, huge per-pack prices, and of course, the iconic Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. But this set brings more, with his Sheffield rookie card chief among them. And while he struggles with the Hall of Fame vote thanks to not being cuddly and to his persistent but comparatively mild steroid whispers, dude still has 500 plus home runs and is one of the greatest hitters of his generation. He may yet get the call to the Hall, and his cards will surely bump up if he does. 1972 Topps Nolan Ryan, number 559, PSA 6, $148.50. This is sort of a blue chipper on our list, as Ryan cards are probably finished spiking in value, but they just continue to steadily climb upward year after year. But what about this card fits into the new beginnings heading? Well, Skippy, this is the first Topps card featuring Ryan as a member of the California Angels, and even though a few gallons of airbrush magic was required to get it there. And considering that Anaheim is where Nolan became the Ryan Express, this stands as a pretty monumental card. 1984 Fleer, Update, Roger Clemens, number U27, PSA 9, $390. This is another monumental card that spent nearly 3 decades looking like it might become some sort of record setter. After all, it was the key card of the very first Fleer update set, an unusually scarce issue for its time. And Clemens, of course, was busy building his case as one of maybe the 2 or 3 greatest pitchers ever. The last decade hasn't been kind to the Rocket, and he's fallen off the Hall of Fame ballot, but his stats aren't going anywhere, and they're not going to make any more Clemens rookie cards. 1986 Donruss The Rookies Barry Bonds, number 11, PSA 10, $182.50. This card has basically the same story as the Clemens rookie above, except the rookies aren't in the same realm as the 1984 Fleer update when it comes to scarcity. In terms of milestones, though, the rookies represented the first time card makers full-on acknowledged that they were making a direct play to capitalize on the rookie card craze. And while Bonds was overshadowed for years by the likes of Wally Joyner and Jose Canseco, he and Bo Jackson drive the set today. 1988 Score Unopened Case, $208.13. I've never been a huge fan of the 1988 Score, as I've discussed in other venues. But the fact is, this set broke the triopoly held by Topps, Fleer, and Donruss and paved the way for Upper Deck and the sickening explosion of cards that flooded the early 1990s. Their hobby history, in other words, and the fact that you can still buy cases at the same price seems a little off-kilter, even given the overproduction. 1957 Topps Sal Rogovin, number 129, SGC 8, $20.09. This is a beautiful card, yes, but it also hails from the first set featuring the now standard 2.5 by 3.5 inch card size. That development came about 2 years after Topps dispatched their senior competitor, Bowman, to the scrap heap of history, only to be resurrected later, and sort of officially made the hobby Topps and Topps alone. 1984 Fleer Update, Brett Saberhagen, number U103, $5. This one's sort of a filler to get us right up to our $1,000 spend, but it's another card from that landmark 1984 Fleer update set that once upon a time we thought would do more. Saberhagen probably won't ever make it to Cooperstown, but it's hard to argue that he's better than some pitchers that are already enshrined. And for a $5 filler, he's worth the investment. All told, we spent $999.22 here, leaving 78 cents to put towards our next case of 1990 Fleer wax. As usual, we'll come back here next April and see how our new beginnings have panned out when they're not so new anymore. And speaking of time machines, let's hop back to last April for a few. Banking on should have been Hall of Famers. Last April in this space, we took a chance on cards of some players who once upon a time looked like they were locks to sail into the Hall of Fame once their playing careers concluded, or, 5 years hence. Some of those dues may end up in Cooperstown, thanks to the era's committees, sentimentality, and controversy alert, softening overall statistical standards. The hall is getting bigger, and these guys may yet swell the ranks. For now, though, we've had a year for our investments to mature, and this is how we did on our fake spend. 1975 tops Keith Hernandez, PSA 8. Bought 3 2021 for $55, sold 3 2022 for $150. Profit loss $95, 173%. 1974 tops Dave Parker, PSA 8. Bought 3 2021 for $142.75, sold 3 2022 for $175. Profit loss $32.25, 23%. 1968 tops Hal McRae, PSA 8. Bought 3 2021 for $36, sold 3 2022 for $85. Profit loss $49, 136%. 1977 tops Dale Murphy, PSA 9. Bought 3 2021 for $415, sold 3 2022 for $330. Profit loss minus $85, minus 20%. 1965 tops Louis Tiant, PSA 8. Bought 3 2021 for $273, sold 3 2022 for $450. Profit loss $177, 65%. 1968 tops Reggie Smith, PSA 9. Bought 3 2021 for $62, sold 3 2022 for $60. Profit loss minus $2, minus 3%. 1978 tops Lance Parrish, Raw. Bought 3 2021 for $15, sold 3 2022 for $10. Profit loss $5, minus 33%. The prices we'd have to pay now, or sold, is culled from the PSA Auction Prices Realize tool, generally taking the most recent sale of any given card in any given condition as our barometer, and leaning on recent eBay sales in some cases. All told, we didn't spend $998.75 on these cards last April and just sold them for $1,260. That's a profit of $261.25, or about 26%. Interestingly, both cards that took a hit over the last year featured Del Murphy, perhaps a reflection of another election cycle passing without Murphy getting a call. Though, given that he's been off the ballot for 9 years and that his era wasn't up for consideration this year, maybe that's a stretch. Either way, a little softening in Murphy's card prices might represent an opportunity for collectors or investors, especially if you think he'll eventually get in. On the other hand, Tiant likely got a boost from folks wondering why he wasn't on the Golden Era ballot that ended up being Gil Hodges, Tony Olivas, Minnie Minoso's, and Jim Katz's ticket to the hall. Overall, a pretty strong showing for our once and maybe future legends.